The World Economic Forum has withdrawn its invitation to Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. The move comes amid mounting pressure on the forum to deny Iranian officials an international platform. Now, in a statement that's been issued on social media platform X, it's the World Economic Forum that cited the recent civilian deaths across Iran, saying that it would not be right for the Iranian government to be represented at Davos. Earlier, advocacy group United Against Nuclear Iran had sent a letter to the World Economic Forum president urging him to bar Iranian officials from the event, in response to which Iranian foreign minister had blamed Israel as well as the US for pressuring the forum in doing so. In a post on X, Araghchi had accused the forum of double standards, saying that it did not cancel an invitation extended to Israeli officials despite the genocide in Gaza region. Meanwhile, Iran's judiciary chief has issued a fresh threat to President Donald Trump. This is in a post on social media platform X that Ghulam Hussein Mohseni has accused President Trump of fueling protests and has pledged to pursue and punish the US president. In the US, Republican Senator Ted Cruz has become the latest to call for a regime change in Iran. This was in an interview to Fox News that the Texas senator said that US should take every possible step to topple the Iranian regime.
I think the U.S. should be taking every step possible to end this regime. The Ayatollah Khamenei hates America. He regularly leads massive mobs chanting death to America. In fact, every year in Iran, they celebrate as a holiday Death to America Day. It's the anniversary of the Iranian Revolution.
Now, this comes even as Iranian support has poured in for the Iranian regime from Turkey. This was while addressing a press conference in capital Ankara that Turkish President Erdogan said that he hopes Tehran will prioritize dialogue and diplomacy to overcome what he called a period filled with traps. Take a listen into what he had to say.
Sokaklar üzerinden yazılmak istenen senaryoları.
We are all following the scenarios that are being intended to be written through the streets, protests. We believe that, with a subtle political approach that prioritizes dialogue and diplomacy, our Iranian brothers will hopefully leave behind this period full of traps. With our foreign policy centered on peace and stability, we will continue to stand against any initiative that risks plunging our region into uncertainty.
Riski olan her türlü girişimin karşısında durmayı sürdüreceğiz.
Well, the situation in Iran on the ground remains tense. Iran's top police officer has issued an ultimatum in which he's urged protesters to turn themselves in within 3 days or face the full force of law. While large-scale protests have largely been quelled by violent crackdown, many fear that Iranian authorities will use capital punishment against the protesters. The country's streets have largely been quiet for almost a week now, and that is after a brutal crackdown in place. According to Iran Human Rights NGO, at least 3,428 protesters have been killed, while the actual toll could be even higher. In fact, despite the violent crackdown, Iranians are urging the Khamenei regime to listen and allow peaceful protests across the country.
The government should at least listen to the people and understand what they are saying and what is happening in society with these high costs and this economic situation. I am a young person myself who cannot do anything about this economic situation in my life. At the very least, we should have freedom of speech so we can express our protests somewhere and be heard.
Meanwhile, Germany's Lufthansa airline has said that it will not fly to Tehran till 29th of March. Earlier, it was EU's aviation safety agency that had advised airlines to avoid Iranian airspace.